You ready?
Ready to go.
The Bears. 3, 2, 1.
Excuse me.
AVAGE.
I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
This is ONN.
I'm Dave James on the Ohio News Network. Northwest Ohio continues to be where the coronavirus is most active. Statewide, the Ohio Department of Health says there are currently 496 cases per 100,000 people. Williams and Van Wert counties are both more than twice that rate. Just under twice that rate are Defiance, Allen, and Putnam. Those are the 5 counties all in Northwest Ohio with the highest rates of infection. About 2,400 COVID cases have been reported in those 5 counties over the past 2 weeks. 1 person is dead, 2 others in critical condition following a pair of shootings in Toledo early this morning. The homicide puts Toledo at 64 murders for the year, which is a record high. Health officials say the threat of coronavirus and flu infections make getting together for the Thanksgiving holiday much riskier this year. Olivia Eugenio with ONN affiliate WBNS-TV in Columbus reports.
The CDC and Ohio Health both classify the flu right now at low activity. And when it comes to flu shot numbers, Dr. Joseph Castaldo from Ohio Health says they're down. The CDC is reporting vaccines in kids are down by about 6% between 2020 and 2021.
Influenza vaccinations right now are actually a little bit lower compared to they were last year. I think a lot of it has to do with us talking to people about vaccines and the setting of COVID fatigue. Some people also have vaccine fatigue too.
Olivia Eugenio in Columbus.
And I'm Dave James on the Ohio News Network.
Calls and conversations continue in less than 3 minutes as the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues after this.
A serious injury from an accident can be just the start of your worries. What if you cannot return to work? How do you take care of your family if you're disabled? At Gellner Law Offices, we represent seriously injured people and understand their problem. We know how to get you fair compensation. We will work hard to make sure you get the money you deserve for your losses. Don't go it alone. If you're hurt in an accident, call us at 304-242-2900 or visit us at gellnerlaw.com.
We'd like to help.
The Highlands Event Center is the area's premier destination for conferences, workshops, employment fairs, weddings, and more. With 4,000 square feet of space, the Highland Event Center can accommodate events large and small. Situated in the heart of the Highlands, guests can enjoy the many restaurants, retail stores, entertainment, and lodging options. To check out everything the Highlands Event Center has to offer, head to thehighlandseventcenter.com or call 833-639-7070.
Introducing our new redesigned 7 News app. Our new app features a sleek, modern design, an easy-to-navigate home screen with quick access to local news content, and a localized weather forecast. Subscribing to notifications is easier, and with one tap, you have access to recent push notifications. There are more ways to watch and find video. To get the new WTRF 7 News app, just update the latest version or download the WTRF 7 News app in your Apple or Google Play Store by searching WTRF.
Toyota-thon is on, and Toyota's full lineup of 4-wheel and all-wheel drive vehicles combine our legendary reliability with the safety and handling necessary to take on any terrain, element, or adventure that comes your way. And with 12 available models, including Camry, Venza, and the all-new Corolla Cross, there's a style for everyone. Visit buyatoyota.com for the latest offers and to find a dealer near you. Toyota, your 4-wheel and all-wheel drive specialists. Let's go places.
Are you traveling? Working a little bit too much? Is your fur baby starting to get a little shaggy? Let Dirty Paws be your one-stop shop for all of your pet care needs. Stop in and see us at 202 18th Street or give us a call at 304-639-7754 to schedule your appointments for dog grooming, doggy daycare, and dog boarding today.
Hello, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster, with a look at your local weather forecast for your Tuesday. Intervals of clouds and sunshine with a daytime high near 40 degrees, the overnight low of 28 degrees under partly cloudy skies. You'll see clouds and sunshine mixing for a mild Wednesday with highs in the lower 50s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
All right, listen up, you guys. Morning. Quick. It's Tuesday.
Today is Tuesday.
I am loving the sound of your voice.
Good morning, sunshine.
Crank up the radio.
You all ready for the big show? Happy Tuesday, everybody.
And action. Okay, let's do it. Hey, guys. You ready to let the dogs out?
All right, let's do this.
Yes, we are ready to let the dogs out.
Well, what are we waiting for?
It's showtime.
Live from the Robinson Auto Group studios in the heart of the Ohio Valley, this is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
24 degrees at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport, 23 degrees here at my home studios in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling, and 23 at the Robinson Auto Group studios downtown Wheeling in the heart of the Ohio Valley. And there is wind, and those temperature readings, 24, 23 degrees. The feels like temperature is 15. 15 degrees is what it feels like outside. I would say you're probably going to not cut the grass this morning. Probably, put a coat on for sure, I think. It's going to be a cold and sunny day today. The sunshine will be out. That's good. And at least it'll warm you up when you're in front of the sun. But, boy, 38, the best we're going to do temperature-wise. But, again, a cold, cold, cold morning, starting out with mid-teens for your temperature reading, or for your feels like reading. So all I can say about that is yikes. Yikes. 7-11 on the Watchdog Morning Show for Tuesday here in Thanksgiving week. Did you hear the story on ABC News, or have you heard it before, a fan comes out of the stands and attacks a WWE star?
Yeah, I saw the clip last night.
How stupid. Look, I be careful how I say this in case any WWE stars are listening. Look, I know it's all scripted, right? I mean, I know that they know who's going to win most of the time and who's not. But regardless of that, I mean, it's kind of a soap opera. I get that. They're gigantic guys. I mean, they are huge, powerful, muscled guys.
Especially the guy that the fan went after last night in Seth Rollins.
What motivates anybody to attack a WWE guy? I mean, the story is that it was during Raw at a Brooklyn, New York performance of WWE. One person, he was walking to the back after a match, and a fan came out of nowhere and speared him, attacked him. It's like attacking a brick wall. I mean,
my thought, there were one of two things, and they both go together. Number one, the person that did it, alcohol had to be involved, okay? Number two, they were probably there with their buddies, and they were sitting there jacking around and said, I bet you won't go after, Seth Rollins or whatever, just how guys joke and everything, and I dare him to do stuff or do whatever. And the guy probably looked at his
he's not that big, I could take him down. Oh, yeah? Well, why don't you go do that?
Yeah, so he probably looked at his buddy and said, here, hold my beer. I'm going to go after him. So that's my theory.
At some point, even with an alcohol-induced situation, you say, all right, hold my beer, I'm going to go. And you get up and you stop and you look at this giant, massive building of a man. Don't you and go, hi, never mind. I mean, I don't know. How good do you have to be to attack a guy? And whether you believe, and look, we all know, I think they even admit to it, it's all scripted stuff. But they still throw each other around, and they're still very, very big men. I mean, holy mackerel.
Yeah.
The NYPD has identified the fan as 24-year-old Eliza Spencer of Brooklyn. He is accused of leaving his seating section, jumping the barrier to attack Seth Rollins. This is interesting, the charges. He is facing charges of attempted assault, get that, and listen to this, Biff, attempted violation of arts and cultural affairs. What? That's a crime? First of all, it's interesting that they consider WWE an arts and cultural event, but let's leave that for another day. That's a crime, disrupting arts and cultural affairs?
Unless that's
if you, whistled?
That's either a New York, that's either a state law or rule, or one that you said it was in Brooklyn where the event happened, so that might be somewhere that Brooklyn, like a city or a state law or code or something. I don't know, but that's new for me.
I mean, if you whistle during the symphony, is that a crime, violation of arts and cultural affairs? It just seems like a strange crime to have. Certainly attempted assault, I get. But what are you arresting me for? Attempted violation of cultural affairs. Huh? What? Yeah. Okay. All right. A lot of damage was done. Police said Rollins sustained a small swelling to his lip. I'll get that guy. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, you hurt my lip. I don't know. It just really struck me as, wow, where are we? I mean, I'm sorry, Mr. Spencer, but how dumb do you have to be to attack a WWE star? I mean, if you're a big guy, and now it doesn't say this. I guess that's always possible, that it's some big brute of a guy who feels like, hey, he's maybe a big guy, but I'm a big guy too. I can take him out. It just doesn't sound like that. It sounds like, well, I think probably you're right, Biff. The story doesn't tell me, but I have a sneaking suspicion alcohol may have been involved
And if
at some stage of this event.
If you've never seen Seth Rollins is a big man. I would not want to go, put it this way, if I'm going through a dark alley, I want Seth Rollins standing next to me going through a dark alley. Okay, that's Seth Rollins.
Picture Rollins, and this little, again, I'm making an assumption he's a little guy. This little guy comes out of nowhere and says, runs up and starts to hit him or whatever he's going to do. Can you picture Rollins going, what the hell are you doing? What do you think you're doing here?
It's almost like he was swatting away a fly or something.
Yeah, exactly. Get away from me, boy.
Like really?
All right, I'm sorry. That was not in my list of things to start with, but I heard that story. And I thought just how dumb do you have to be? How stupid do you have to be to go to attack a WWE star? And he was just the survivor of the Survivor Series, so it means he beat a bunch of other big guys, right?
I'm sure he did.
All right, there's that story. 7:17 here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Listen, I want to start off, well, we started off with something really stupid, but I want to start off with something really serious, Biffy, and that is the passing of a absolutely wonderful Wheeling doctor, Dr. Don Huffrider. Dr. Huffrider has been involved in the healthcare community for a long time. He died at the age of 89 over the weekend. Dr. Huffrider, he was in my mom's class in school, if I remember correctly, and that's why he was our doctor when he first got out of med school, and he treated us very well because he knew my mom. He is. I remember as a little kid. I mean, I was just a toddler. He actually is the kind of. He came to the house with his black bag, Biff. I remember Dr. Huffrider coming. I was sick. I don't know, fever or something, and my mom called, and here comes Doc Huffrider with his little black bag. That's the kind of guy he was, kind of doctor he was once upon a time. He just was and he was my doctor all of my life up until he became the administrator of Wheeling Hospital. Just a wonderful man, great doctor, friendly, the kind of doctor that, the Marcus Welby, Biff, the kind of guy, that may be about your, that may not be in your lexicon either. Marcus Welby, the kind of doctor that's that friendly, can talk to you, tell you things. I remember one time he looked at my blood work and he said, I think you've been going to the Eagle Inn too much. I said, oh, you can tell that from in there? He goes, yeah. He says, time for you to cut that down a little bit. When he became administrator at Wheeling Hospital, he kept a handful of patients for a while. He did some doctoring and administrating, and I was one of the patients he kept. Just a great guy. Then he was administrator of Wheeling Hospital. To the best of my knowledge, did a great job. I worked with him on a couple of committees of the hospital, so I saw him in action there. After he was removed in the, I'll have to call it the great arrival of Bishop Bransfield and the turnover of the hospital to Ron Violi and so on. Not the hospital's finest hour. After he was removed there for Violi, Dr. Huffrider just continued deeply involved in the medical community, the healthcare community, helped to found Wheeling Health Right, Biff, involved in numerous organizations, and just as gentlemanly a gentleman, as doctorly a doctor as you could be, always caring for the community. And just a tremendous guy. Dr. Don Huffrider passed away at the age of 89. And his first wife goes to my church, and his daughter is the headmistress at Teddy's school. So I keep in touch with the family for those reasons too. But condolences to the family, to the friends, and to all the folks who were touched by Dr. Don Huffrider. A tremendous guy and a loss to the community. Passed away at the age of 89 over the weekend. So don't know if you ever knew Doc Cuffrider or not. Biff probably was a little before your time. Well, of course, he was around with Health Right and stuff, but great guy.
Yeah.
Great guy. And I always remember him bringing the house ring. It was at the very end of doctors coming to your house, you know, but he did. He came to our house with the little black bag. I mean, just like you'd see on the TV shows or on the movies. There he would be. All right, 7:21, 21 after the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. So what are we doing today? Well, Ohio County schools extend their mask mandate. God help us. A Moundsville Christmas parade float has created a social media tizzy. Oh, they are fighting about the devil and Christ and Christmas and Halloween, and it's evil, it's bad, it's good. Oh, it's just social media. Sometimes it's like you go, oh, what? I'll tell you about it. If you haven't read it, some of the social media clips, I'll tell you about the great Moundsville Christmas parade float controversy coming up. Our national correspondent, Tom Squitieri, is back from an international trip with the Defense Secretary. He'll brief us on that and other political news. We are going to talk to folks from Save the Children today about the Build Back Better bill and its impact on children's education, nutrition, and family income. And more Thanksgiving turkeys to give away today in our annual on-air turkey shoot, so stand by. When the turkey gobbles, you will have a chance to win. Plus, we'll take a look at who's open and who's not on Thanksgiving, and maybe where you'll find the good Black Friday deals and the not so good Black Friday deals. So I've got all of this coming up. Next, we'll talk about this Moundsville Christmas parade float controversy. It's just, you know, Bippy, I get so frustrated when I read social media can just go crazy on things. Tell you about that coming up next on the Watchdog Morning Show. 7:23 and 23 degrees.
Coming up on Metro News.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, if I need to have some new ones on. I didn't think about that. Yeah. Yep. Okay. I never thought about that. I was thinking it was last year. I may have had some like the America may be shut down, but Christmas is, you know, some reference to the pandemic. I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember what I did last year. So, okay, just check them out for me. If I need to cut some new ones, I want to get them cut. That's all. Okay, that's great. That's good. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the Watchdog trusts.
My son is not some statistic.
My daughter's not a headline. My girl, she's not someone's agenda.
What she is irreplaceable. COVID hospitalizations of young people have
Tripled since the start of summer.
So I talked to my daughter's doctor about COVID vaccines.
And she said they're highly effective in preventing hospitalizations
and deaths, even from the Delta variant.
We can do this. Find vaccines near you at vaccines.gov, paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
You make 35,000 decisions every day. Are your gambling decisions good ones? If you struggle with a problem with gambling, call 1-800-589-9966 for free confidential support. Do you have a loved one who struggles with a problem with gambling? This 24/7 helpline also provides resources on how to support a loved one who may need help. Call 1-800-589-9966 or visit beforeyoubet.org.
You want sports talk? We got the goods all night long. Tune into Sports Map Radio. Evenings and overnights on FM 98.1, AM 1600. We are the Watchdog.
Watch out! He could climb on his soapbox at any time. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
It is a cold morning. 24 at the airport, 23 here at the home studios, 23 at the Robinson Auto Group Studios downtown Wheeling. In the heart of the Ohio Valley, and the 23, 24 degree temperature feels like about 15 degrees, so it's definitely a cold morning. We'll get up to around 38 today. Good news is there will be a mostly sunny day, so if you're out in the sun, you'll probably feel the sun at least warming you up a bit. 727 here on the Watchdog Morning Show. If you hear me rant and reel all the time about the stuff that people can get upset about in this world, and then they take it to social media, and then it just goes and goes and goes and goes. This issue that I'm about to talk about, I saw on 2 or 3 different Facebook pages, and in each case there were like 120, 130 comments back and forth. It began with this one from someone on Facebook. My family and I are highly disappointed the Marshall County Chamber of Commerce allowed the Terra Infernum float in what is supposed to be a family event. Pause for a moment. Terra Infernum, Biff, is the haunted house that you see down there on 43rd Street, just before you turn that bend and go down into Benwood if you're going down, coming out of Wheeling, like right past the Hoagie King down there? Is that the Hoagie place?
Yeah, I think a little bit past that, but yeah, that area.
Yeah, right down there, and it's that big brick building. They've turned it into a haunted house, and so it's called Terra Infernum. They had a float in the parade. Back to the Facebook post. The dark, graphic imagery, like a bloody head on a stick, had no business in a parade with so many young children present. No one goes to a Christmas parade expecting to see such things. It should never have been thrust upon unsuspecting onlookers with its potentially frightening and offensive displays. Isn't the zombie walk, Dungeon of Horrors, enough? For an event supposed to be celebrating the season that represents joy, love, and peace, and most importantly, the birth of Christ, this is a poor, distasteful choice. And on she went about her kids were upset. Now, let me be clear. If her kids are upset, I'm sorry about that. But I'm also not joking when I say, Biff, there are kids who get frightened by clowns.
And
okay?
Yeah, and didn't they have a float in the Wheeling Christmas Parade too?
They did indeed have a float in the Wheeling Christmas Parade as well. And they've got a big Christmas haunted house. I mean, it's a strange thing to have a Christmas haunted house, but they've got a big Christmas haunted house coming up early in December, like a weekend of Christmas-themed haunted house stuff. I don't have a problem with this woman being upset. I mean, but there are kids who get upset by clowns. There are kids who get upset. There are kids who get upset when they see Santa Claus. I mean, I've seen them, right? I mean, if you're not used to it.
Go to back in the day when the mall was actually packed and there were people in there that had little kids and they'd be all excited to see Santa, and all of a sudden, you'd be walking down the hall of the mall, and you'd hear kid crying, and you turn around and go, well, what's going on? And you look, and here they are. They're sitting on Santa's lap. They're screaming. They're crying. Then you got the other kid behind the next kid in line. He starts crying too, and it just starts a chain reaction.
Teddy was never afraid of Santa Claus, I don't think, but for the longest time, the Easter Bunny scared the bejeepers out of him.
Now,
this giant, tall rabbit.
Now, I'll say this for Teddy, because if you look, and no offense if you are one, but some of those Easter Bunny costumes will scare the hell out of you. I'm sorry.
No question.
They do.
But my point is that, different kids do get scared about different things. And here's a reality, Biff. What are the TV shows kids watch? Walk of the Living Dead or whatever it is, right?
Oh, yeah.
And if they don't watch the actual show, they watch a cartoon version of, their SpongeBob. A good example. Teddy's watched a lot of SpongeBob SquarePants. And SpongeBob does takeoffs and all different kinds of things these days. And, SpongeBob becomes a zombie. I mean, this stuff is not unusual to kids. They're used to it. Now, I was a little concerned when I first saw this social media thing. And again, I saw well over 200 posts about this. Well over 200 posts. Most people were saying, oh, for God's sake, it's not that big a deal. But there were some saying, well, no, this doesn't belong in a Christmas parade. And first of all, my thought is, how do you define what belongs in a Christmas parade? Now, I understand what I saw from some people was, and it was like triple exclamation point, capital letters, it's Christmas, Christ Mass. What don't you understand about it being Christ's birthday? I get that. I'm a Christian, I'm a pastor. I get it. But there's a lot more sometimes to the season than that. There's a lot more to parades than that.
What's the criteria?
That's
all.
Honestly?
Different.
Pay the fee to get in.
If it's that simple, okay. What's the difference between what Moundsville's criteria is or Wheeling's or St. Clairsville's? Look at the three that we had over the weekend. Is the criteria all the same? Is it different? If it is, okay, that's great. That's what that, city, town, village, whatever, that's what they choose to do. That's fine. But as long as they're meeting the criteria, how do you argue?
When I first read this, my instinct said, oh, this is just someone getting a little bent out of shape. And then I thought, well, I don't know. I didn't see it. How was it? Was it some horrific, was it like literally a walking corpse, rotting pus? I don't know. Fortunately, somebody posted some video from the Moundsville Christmas Parade, and so I got to see it. Now, are they scary characters? Yes. The lead character was Krampus. Krampus is an old German tradition tied to Christmas, by the way. If you want to make sure it's Christmas traditions, Krampus is a Christmas tradition. And, except he was waving to the kids,
They probably used the same float that they used Friday night in the Wheeling Christmas Parade. I'm sure it was the same one.
I'm sure it was too. I didn't see the Wheeling Parade. I didn't see that part of the Wheeling Parade, I should say. But several people said that, that they were the same people were there in the Wheeling Christmas Parade. Actually, I'm sure that Terra Infernum is happy about all this controversy because it calls attention to their haunted house coming up December 3rd, which is what they really wanted. But I don't really want to take sides. I guess I am going to take a side and say, oh, chill out. Come on, for Lord's sake, just chill out. If it scares your kids, hug them tight while the float comes by and wait until... Hey, by the way, if that scares you, how about those little clowns in the tiny cars? Scooting all around there, those Shriner guys, Come on. That's got to be scary to kids.
Hey, those cars are cool.
They are cool. They are cool. If your kids are upset, again, hug them tight and say, oh, it's okay, honey, it's okay. There's just some people in a costume. And, and let them, then they'll march on. The living dead will march on, and next will come, joy to the world. There'll be something else coming next. Just chill out. Just chill out. Kid. It's just, so this is some more text, or not text, but from the Facebook postings. And again, I couldn't begin to try and share even a tiny bit because there are hundreds, literally hundreds of them. So this image is Christmas-like? Don't push it. Some people know what bad taste is. It's simple as that, and this was in bad taste. Go promote your haunted elsewhere. capital letters. Not at a Christmas parade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 exclamation points.
We love our use of the exclamation point, that's for sure.
Oh, it's absolutely right. So, there is a Moundsville. There's a Moundsville. What's going on in Marshall County? Something like that. That's where one of these threads is. There are 2 or 3 other places I found online that were fighting this out as well. I don't mean to demean anybody who was bothered by this. I mean, again, other people are bothered by other things. I was bothered by a TV station that felt they couldn't show music. Okay, so, we all are bothered by different things. But seriously, chill out, just for Lord's sake. I guess I mean that literally in this case. It's Christmas time. For Lord's sake, just... I mean, Jesus was kind of like, I don't care who you are, you're still part of the flock, right?
Yeah, he didn't care.
Krampus.
He welcomed all.
Yeah, and honestly, again, after I saw the video, is it a haunted house? Yeah. Is it a, serious haunted? Yeah, it is. But it wasn't like so bad that
Simmer down,
the things
people.
we find to complain about.
Simmer down. It's fine. You're going to make it. Yeah. You're going to be okay.
Yep. And it's always funny to watch these social media debates, Biff, because the more a challenge is given, the more entrenched that first poster gets, She probably began by just wanting to vent a little bit, and she vented, and then somebody goes, "Oh, look, lady, come on now. Don't be so. Don't you tell me not to be silly. You're being I'm not being." And then just
took off. It just took off from there.
It just grows and grows from there. So coming up next, how about some more important things to debate after we check the news? And more important things, like the CPAC conservative conference banning Big Bird. God help us. God help us. Where are we in this world today? We'll have that and more coming up, including Aaron Myler's morning forecast, but first check some headlines from the Big Seven.
The WTRF Channel 7 News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
Now it's time for your local news headlines from 7 News at WTRF. My Ohio.
I can take a second break if you need it, Biff. Okay. Okay, then we're all right.
I have an update in a double murder case out in Monroe County. Jacob Wilson was arraigned yesterday. His bail was set at $2 million with no 10% allowed. Wilson is being charged with 2 counts of aggravated murder and tampering with evidence. This is in connection to the death of Daniel E. Franzoy and Malachi Devin Curry. No further court appearances have been scheduled at this time. All right, let's end this with some good news. Wheeling is inviting the public out this weekend for some free ice skating as part of Small Business Saturday. The Plaza on Market will be adding an ice rink for the day. Come out and skate from 3 to 8. Now let's look at your headlines. Have a great rest of your day, everyone.
Another road win for the Pittsburgh Penguins. How about 3-0 on the road? They beat Winnipeg. 3-1 was the final over the Jets. Let's hear from head coach of the Penguins, Mike Sullivan. How about...
We got on our heels a little bit in the first period. Give them credit. They come out hard on their toes, and they're a talented team. But I thought we did a pretty good job just grabbing a hold of ourselves, trying to turn the momentum a little bit, just simplifying the game.
Goaltender Tristan Jarry, 70 saves on the night. Pittsburgh improves to 8-6-4. Will host the Vancouver Canucks Wednesday night. Yes, a home game coming up for the Penguins. Monday Night Football, in case you missed it, Tampa Bay snapped a 2-game losing streak, beating the New York Giants 30-10. Tom Brady threw for 307 yards, 2 touchdowns.
The Bronco always comes down with the big plays. Caught another few big plays, too. Mike made a big one. Chris made a bunch of big ones. A missed Cam on the touchdown there at the end. So we left some out there. Wish we'd have had the other one before the half.
Brady's Buccaneers improved to 7-3. How about those awful New York Giants? They have lost 10 straight games in prime time. A sad note in sports, former Major League Baseball relief ace Doug Jones passed away at the age of 64. Mr. Jones was an excellent relief pitcher, spent 7 years with the Cleveland Indians. By the way, as a Major League Baseball relief specialist, he was an all-star 5 times. I'm Bill DeFabio on sports, and we are the Watchdog.
Highland Sports Complex is the coolest destination for sports and entertainment the Ohio Valley has ever seen. Pop in for some open basketball in our field house or reserve some turf time for your next practice or game on our synthetic fields. Online registration is open for development classes and leagues for youth and adults. Highland Sports is also the hottest destination for birthday parties and other events. So come challenge yourself on our play climb and enjoy your favorite virtual reality game in the arcade. No memberships required, so visit highlandsports.com to find your next entertainment experience and get ready to reach new heights.
Gotta get back to Nailers Hockey. Join us for the party Thanksgiving Eve, Wednesday, November 24th at West Banco Arena. Puck drops at 7:10. The Thanksgiving Eve game features $2 beers. Plus, enjoy the always entertaining Turkey Bowling Contest. 30 seasons, 1,000 victories, and a Thanksgiving Eve party at the arena. You gotta get back to Nailers Hockey, proud affiliates of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Get tickets now. Call 304-234-GOAL or go to WheelingNailers.com.
This holiday season, give family and friends the gift of a night out at West Banco Arena and Capitol Theater. With tickets and gift certificate offerings, there's something for everyone. Call 304-233-7000. That's 304-233-7000.
The timeless sounds of polka live here. Join us 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays for the Polka Showcase with Rich Biella. Sunday mornings never sounded so good.
Conversation you care about from people you know. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
We're going to give you another chance to kill your own turkey for Thanksgiving. Yes, another installment of the Watchdog Morning Show Turkey Shoot will be coming up probably in the next quarter hour or so. Stand by for your chance to win right here on the gig. Probably the marksmen who do the shooting maybe their hands may be a little bit cramped today, Biffy, because Lordy day, is it cold outside. Boy, oh boy.
Yes, it
Aaron
is.
Myler, we're down to the teens for feels like temperatures this morning.
I know we're just at 14 degrees here in Wheeling, and I was like, shoot, we're not too far away from the single digit feels like. Not going to make it, but we're too close for comfort.
Yeah, but it's a cold morning. About 24, 23 actual temperature. 14, 15, 16, roaming around there for feels like temperatures. It's probably not going to be the morning to cut your lawn.
No. Yeah, it's no. Nope. It's cold out there.
I guess the only good side of it is it will be sunny today, right?
Yeah, so it's going to be sunny. I mean, there's a few little layers of clouds in the sky right now, but it's going to be sunny for the majority of the day here, really. And then tomorrow's your decorations day. I've been saying all day long. Today, you could if you like the cold, I guess, but I'm assuming you don't. So tomorrow's the day for decorations because it's going to be 48 degrees for the high. It's going to be clear to start off, and we'll have some clouds building in throughout the afternoon and evening tomorrow. So not going to be crystal clear all day long, but 48 degrees. That's the best we're getting for the next week. So if you want to put up your Christmas decorations on Friday, the high is 36 degrees. So make your choice based upon that.
Yeah, it sounds like a pretty good idea. I should have done it this weekend, but maybe tomorrow's a good day to work on that. And Thanksgiving Day, we're going to see, I guess, some rain possible, right?
Yeah, so we're going to see rain. Luckily, so I was a Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade kind of family, like watching that in the morning. Steven's been telling me about how people play football in the morning. That is just not my journey, but that's not the journey for me. But so I was saying, if you have football plans that morning, you're good because it's going to be cloudy and it's going to be cloudy all day long. But it won't start raining until the afternoon, and then it'll rain like the afternoon, the evening, and then like overnight we'll see some of it freeze and turn into some flurries for the first part of Black Friday. But yeah, it should hold off for like the points, and it should hold off until everybody's inside eating dinner anyways or getting ready for dinner. So yeah. It could be worse, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I have some friends who do that turkey bowl or turkey whatever. You know, they like to play the football in the morning, and they like it in the cold. What the hell is wrong with them? I don't understand that. But I have friends who do that. Listen, I'm with you. I'll watch the parade, or look out the window and watch them playing. I'm not going out there and playing football. Well, I'm not playing football, period. But I'm not going out there and playing football in the cold. What the heck is wrong with them? Biffy, are you a turkey bowl kind of guy and go out and play football on Thanksgiving Day?
I would, but I don't know of anybody that needs anybody. But I know one high school team in Wheeling Central who will be probably doing some type of practice on a Thanksgiving morning because they are the only team left in the playoffs, and it's become quite a tradition for Coach Young and the football team to be practicing on Thanksgiving.
Oh wow! They're going to practice Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I mean they're
that's
playing.
Why they're number one.
They're playing. They're playing Saturday at 1:30, and I don't know what Coach has planned. I mean, it might be like an hour walkthrough, or they might, but don't be surprised if Thanksgiving morning that they're doing something, and it's become a tradition over the last couple of years for that to happen. And trust me, if you're practicing on Thanksgiving morning, that's a good thing because you're still alive in the playoffs.
Well, that's one way to look at it. It's also just another example of why I'm not playing football. I'll be out there on Thanksgiving morning. What'd you say? What's the temperature going to be Thanksgiving morning, Zach? I know you, Aaron. I know you told me that earlier. What
that morning, it'll probably be like. I guess that's the time you go out. Probably like upper 30s, low 40s by that point. For the morning.
Won't be freezing. Okay. All right. So.
Not terrible, but it's gonna be cloudy. But I mean, hey, could be worse.
But it'll be nice indoors, and I guess the Macy's parade is going to go back to the full parade this year, the whole route with all the balloons. Last year was a very limited parade. I don't think they had spectators, in fact, last year. They did it on TV, but it was not. So yeah, the parade will be out in full force this year. We can watch that on TV. Have a little breakfast casserole or something, and some orange juice or mimosas or something.
And I'll be here.
No, that's Thanksgiving morning. That's Thanksgiving. Or that's right. And I'll get a chance to watch you guys because Biff and I are off on Thanksgiving and also on Black Friday, so we'll be watching you. If we get up early enough.
Still early.
No, I actually can't sleep in. I sleep in about an extra hour on Saturdays, and that's it. My internal clock just tells me to get up early, even when I can sleep in. I can't. So maybe I'll turn you guys on. I listen to you on the radio, but I don't get a chance to watch you. So I'll get a chance to watch you maybe on Thursday or Friday. All right. Well, it looks like just today the key thing is be prepared for a very frigid morning. Don't let it's jacket weather for sure. It's mittens and scarf weather for sure, at least for a while this morning. Then the sun will come out, and if you're in the sun, maybe that'll warm up a little bit. And that's kind of the way of the day, right?
Exactly. Today is just going to kind of be like a January day with our temperatures.
All right. Well, listen, have a good day today. We will talk to you tomorrow. That'll be our last gathering together before Thanksgiving, where Biff and I will eat turkey, and I don't know what you're going to do, because I never know what you're going to do about food. So.
There's always, I'm always.
All right, Aaron. There you go. Good talking to you. We'll do it again tomorrow. Thanks a lot.
You too. See you guys.
Aaron Myler from the Big. What did I call him? Zach, right?
Yeah, you did. You called him Zach.
Jeez. Could have been worse. Could have called him Emily.
Yeah, there is that.
You know, my mind. I've told my wife recently, my mind, and some of you are going to text me and go, "Yeah, it's exactly right." My mind is starting to go. I have a hard. Just it flows out. Zach, because we had Zach on for a couple of years as the morning meteorologist, and there's Aaron, nice guy, enjoy talking to him every day. I know it's Aaron. I don't know why I said Zach. Like I said, it could have been worse. Could have called him Emily or Brian Davis or something. Jeez.
At least it would have been a guy's name.
All right, 7:52. Well, that's true. That's right. How do I say this politely? I really can't confuse him with Emily, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah. Brian Davis, Zach Petty, Emily Goodman, and Aaron Myler. Which of these is not the same as the other? Emily Goodman.
Who does not belong?
Yes, right. Who does not belong? 7 before the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. I said there are so many serious things in life to talk about, and so just, this Moundsville Christmas parade thing, people all up in arms because there was a haunted house in the Christmas parade. Oh, my God, the devil is at work in our community. Yeah, come on, lighten up. There are more important things to worry about in life, Biff, like Big Bird getting a vaccination. CPAC, the Conservative Political Action Conference. It's a big conservative gathering in D.C. every year. I actually have been there in years gone by and broadcast from there, from their radio rows, and it's interesting, That's back when conservative meant conservative, not, lunatics. So CPAC this year has put out a new manifesto, if you will. Big Bird, Bert, and Ernie are not invited to attend CPAC. Now, one would wonder if they wanted to go anyway. Did they say to somebody, "Oh, Big Bird, we want to go to, can we go to the Conservative Political Action Conference?" "Oh, yeah, I think we will," says Oscar the Grouch. I'm not sure that the Muppets really had that conversation or desire anyway. But CPAC tweeted out a big poster this week advertising Big Bird, Bert, and Ernie are all not invited to the event. Elmo had been disinvited a few days earlier. Elmo is in there as well. This all comes back to Big Bird having gotten a vaccination a couple of weeks ago. Remember that? So,
oh yeah,
trying to teach kids that the vaccination is okay and it's good. No, it's important to get vaccinated. It's nothing to be afraid of, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, that's it. Government propaganda. So, CPAC has disinvited him. Now, look, CPAC does it. Why? To do just what's happening here, to give us give people a chance to talk about it, and then focus more attention on their on their conference coming up. But no Big Bird, no Bert and Ernie, and no Elmo. And I think somewhere I saw Oscar the Grouch. Oh no, it was Jim Acosta from CNN who said it's very Oscar the Grouch of them to ban Big Bird.
So is the Cookie Monster allowed to go?
It's a good. I don't. C is for cookie. It's good enough for me. Me love cookie. Nope. Big Bird, Bert, Ernie have just been disinvited or not invited, and Elmo was banned earlier. So Elmo, Big Bird, Bert, and Ernie, they're out. I guess
Oscar and
I guess Kermit could go.
Cookie Monster and
Oscar
Kermit
could go. Kermit could go. I guess Kermit could go. It's not easy being green, especially at a conference of old white men. Jim Acosta, I mentioned from CNN, he was talking about this on the air yesterday. He said, you know, when I went to, this is Acosta speaking, when I went to CPAC, it didn't go well either. And I'm not even a Sesame Street character. So, yeah, there are important things in life, Biff. There are important things in life to worry about. Forget that Krampus at the Christmas parade. We got to get Bert and Ernie and Big Bird. Make sure they're not engaging in government propaganda at our CPAC event. Lord help us. You know, the mainstream, it's not mainstream, what's the word I'm looking for? The increasingly large controlling base of the Republican Party, the Trumpers, if you will, have really run amok. Two of the longtime commentators on Fox News, conservative commentators, quit this week. They literally they quit as a duo. They quit together. They put out a statement saying, we can't take this anymore. The crazy conspiracy nutbag, they didn't say nutbag, I'm just translating. The crazy conspiracy nutbag stuff that we're getting from Fox News, we can't be part of it anymore. And it's stuff like this, partly what they're talking about, you know. You got a gathering of conservatives to talk about the conservative issues of the day and what are we going to do moving forward, and they're going to ban Big Bird. That's the big thing. Let's get Big Bird out of there. The world is too much with me today, Biff. The world is just too much with us. All right, I want to give away a turkey. We'll do that coming up next hour. I also am going to talk to Tom Squitieri, our national correspondent. He was traveling with the Defense Secretary this week. He was over in Bahrain. The Defense Secretary visited the Fifth Fleet. We'll see what he did, what he learned, and we'll talk about a few political stories as well. That's coming up in the next hour. Got some holiday conversations, including who's open and who's not on Thanksgiving. You know, was a big controversy a few years ago. Stores began to open up on Thanksgiving so people could shop on Thanksgiving Day, and it didn't go well for most stores. I'll bring you a list of that coming up in the next hour of the show, too. It's 8 o'clock. We're looking at about 15 degrees, feels like temperature, around 24, 23 degrees, the actual temperature, on this, our Tuesday edition of the Watchdog Morning Show.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
From ABC.